Today, we're diving into the 2017 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, yes, the one you might have right now in your pocket that's rumored to be worth up to $1.8 million. Sounds insane, right? But is it real? Is your 2017 quarter a secret jackpot? Let's break it all down and find out. The 2017 quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. But what made this one different was something historic: the addition of a P Mint mark on the obverse, for the very first time in circulation quarter history. Prior to 2017, Philadelphia minted quarters didn't carry a mint mark. But in honor of the U.S. Mint's 225th anniversary, they broke tradition and added the P. That alone made it a collectible among enthusiasts. But we're not just talking about commemorative value today, we're talking millions. Let's go deeper. The base 2017 P quarter is not rare, over 600 million were minted. So how could one be worth more than a mansion? Turns out, it's not the mint mark itself, but rather a rare error or variety in certain coins that skyrockets the value. There are reports of a high-grade, error-filled version of the 2017 P quarter that fetched enormous attention from collectors and potentially reached a valuation of $1.8 million. Now, let's talk about that $1.8 million figure. Where did that number come from? According to Online Buzz and some auction databases, a unique error coin was discovered: a 2017 P quarter with multiple die clashes, double die obverse, and other striking flaws. The coin was reportedly in MS68 plus condition. Collectors know that extreme error coins, especially in near-perfect mint condition, can command wild prices. But here's the catch: there's no official auction record publicly confirming a sale at $1.8 million. It's likely a speculative or private offer scenario. Still, certain 2017 P quarters have sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars. Let's check some real examples. A 2017 P quarter graded MS67 by PCGS has sold for over $300. A double die obverse DDO variant in high grade? Easily worth $500 to $1,500, depending on its specifics. Meanwhile, ungraded but clear error coins like die cracks, die breaks, and off-center strikes can go for $50 to $250 or more. Remember, the coin's grade, rarity of the error, and demand all impact its value. Now, here's the fun part: check your quarters. Grab a magnifier or jeweler's loupe and look closely. Doubling on the date or lettering, double die obverse, die cracks or cuts, off-center strikes, clash dies, or ghost images. If you think you have something unusual, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. That's the only way to validate value. So, is there really a 2017 P quarter worth $1.8 million? Possibly, but it's extremely rare and not your average pocket change. But even a minor error could still earn you a few $100s or more. And that's why it's worth checking. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe for more coin news, and leave a comment if you found a strange 2017 quarter. We'd love to hear your stories. We're diving deep into the facts, the myths, and the actual value of the 1968 no mint mark quarter. By the end of this video, you'll know what to look for and whether you might be holding a small fortune in your pocket change. Let's get into it. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. Fast forward to 1968, and things were changing at the U.S. Mint. That year marked the return of mint marks to coins after a brief removal between 1965 and 1967 due to coin hoarding during a silver shortage. But here's the twist: in 1968, quarters struck at the Philadelphia Mint didn't carry a mint mark, and that was perfectly normal. Only coins from Denver had the D mint mark that year. So, if your 1968 quarter has no mint mark, it's not an error, it's just from Philly. But then, where does this $1.6 million story come from? In recent years, headlines, blog posts, and viral videos have claimed that a 1968 no mint mark quarter sold for up to $1.6 million. This has caused a flood of people to search through their change, hoping to strike it rich, but let's clear the air: most of these claims are either completely false or misunderstood. There's no verified record of a 1968 quarter without a mint mark selling for anywhere near that. But don't click away just yet, there are valuable 1968 quarters out there. And some can be worth hundreds or even thousands, just not for the reasons you might think. A regular 1968 no mint mark quarter in circulated condition is typically worth 25 cents face value. But if it's in pristine mint state condition, the value rises dramatically. An MS65, mint state 65, quarter can fetch $25 to $50. An MS67 example? You're looking at $1,000 or more, depending on the buyer. Proof coin struck in San Francisco with a mirror-like finish, usually with an S mint mark, can also bring in high values, especially if they're graded PR69 or PR70 by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. And here's the key: condition is everything. Most coins in your pocket change have been through years of circulation. But high-grade coins, especially from uncirculated rolls or mint sets, are the ones collectors will pay top dollar for. So, if the $1 million coin isn't just a no mint mark quarter, what's the big deal? Some error coins from 1968 are truly rare and valuable, where the lettering and dates appear doubled. Where the image is misaligned, the more dramatic, the more valuable. A quarter struck on a nickel or penny blank. Smaller errors, but still collectible. A verified error on a 1968 quarter, like a double die or major off-center strike, can be worth hundreds or even thousands. But these are very rare. Always get an expert opinion before selling. If you think your 1968 quarter is valuable due to condition, error, or anything unusual, here's what to do: don't clean it. That ruins the value. Take clear photos and compare with known error examples online. Use a loupe or magnifier to inspect details. Consider submitting it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Or take it to a reputable coin dealer for an in-person opinion. Grading might cost you $30 to $70, so it's best reserved for coins that already show potential. To wrap up, the 1968 no mint mark quarter isn't a $1 million coin, but some high-grade or error varieties are still very collectible and valuable. Always do your research, and who knows, maybe your change jar is hiding a small treasure. 1982 D Washington Quarter. What makes this coin so special? Could one in your pocket be worth a fortune? And what's the real story behind the $1.8 million claim? Stick around because I'll show you how to spot the valuable ones, what condition makes them rare, and the truth behind the headlines. Let's get into it. First, let's talk history. The 1982 Washington quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark under Washington's hair tie. 1982 was a tough year economically, and the US Mint made a big decision: they stopped producing uncirculated mint sets. That means most of the 1982 quarters in existence were circulated, used in everyday transactions. As a result, high-grade, uncirculated examples from that year are very hard to find. So what makes the 1982 D Washington quarter potentially valuable? Because there were no official mint sets in 1982, collectors had fewer chances to get pristine coins. The Denver Mint coins that year are often poorly struck. That means a sharply struck, high-grade coin stands out big time. In 2021, a mint state 68 example of the 1982 D Washington quarter sold for over $10,000 at auction. And yes, some rare grading stories claim MS69 coins could fetch six figures or more. Let's address the elephant in the room, the $1.8 million claim. Is it true? Here's the truth: as of today, no 1982 D Washington quarter has officially sold for $1.8 million. That number likely comes from viral videos, clickbait headlines, or misunderstood auction estimates. However, some top-graded versions are worth thousands. So while $1.8 million is not reality, there's still serious money in the right coin. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if my 1982 D quarter is valuable? Here's what to look for. Located on the obverse side, to the right of Washington's ponytail. If it has scratches, discoloration, or where it's likely worth face value. But a shiny, flawless example? It could be a gem. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, from 1 to 70. Coins in MS65 or above, mint state, start to get valuable. MS68 or higher? Now we're talking thousands. Look for die breaks, double strikes, off-center errors, or clipped planchets. Rare errors can command premium prices even if the grade is lower. Let's look at some real-world sales to give you perspective. As you can see, while most 1982 D quarters are worth 25 cents, the top 1% graded and error coins can bring in serious cash. Think you've got a winner? Here's how to find out. Don't clean the coin. Never clean your coin, it can ruin its value. Look closely at the surface, mint mark, and details. Submit to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. It'll cost around $30 or $50, but it could be worth it if the coin is rare. So, is your 1982 D Washington quarter worth $1.8 million? Probably not. But, could it be worth $1,000? $5,000? Even $10,000 or more? Absolutely, if the condition is right. Check your coin jars, glove boxes, and junk drawers. You never know, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. And if you want a part 2 where I reveal 5 other quarters worth big money, let me know in the comments below. 1988 D Washington quarter, and why some versions of it are worth more than most cars, or even houses. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932. The D mint mark means this quarter was struck in Denver, and in 1988, over 596 million quarters were minted there. But what sets one 1988 D quarter apart from the rest? What could possibly make it worth over $1 million? In online forums and auction rumors, there are whispers of a 1988 D quarter that supposedly sold for $1.5 million due to a combination of mint errors, condition, and rarity. While most of these claims lack solid auction house confirmation, there are real, documented cases of 1988 D quarters selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The $1 million myth might be exaggerated, but it does have roots in genuine rarity, and today we're going to show you what to look for. There are 4 major factors that make coins like the 1988 D quarter worth big money. Think double dies, off-center strikes, or die clashes. Coins graded MS67 and higher by PCGS or NGC are ultra-valuable. Even among errors, some are one of a kind. If collectors want it, the price skyrockets. Here are real errors found on 1988 D quarters that can bring you serious cash. 5% to 10% off can be worth $100 plus, more for 50%. Look for doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust. Breaks in the die that appear as raised lines. A coin missing part of its edge from the minting process. Each of these can add hundreds to thousands of dollars to a coin's value, especially in high grade. Let's look at some real sales data. In 1988 D quarter MS67 sold for $500, $800. An error coin with off-center strike sold for over $200. Combined errors and MS grades have pushed some coins close to $5,000 plus at auctions like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections, but still not $1.5 million, right? So where does that number come from? Rumors of the $1.5 million quarter likely stem from viral misinformation or hypothetical value estimates if a never-before-seen combination of errors existed in perfect condition. Experts believe such a coin would be so rare that if found, it could create a collector frenzy and potentially fetch 7 figures. But until then, it remains part mystery, part possibility. Get a magnifying glass or microscope, inspect the mint mark, date, and lettering for doubling, look at the edges, any clipping or missing metal, check for unusual textures or marks, die cracks, off-centers, etc. If in doubt, submit to PCGS or NGC for grading and verification. Could your 1988 D quarter be worth $1.5 million? Possibly. But more likely, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands if you find the right error. So check your change, dig through your drawers, you never know what treasure you might find. Like and subscribe for more real coin stories, price updates, and how to spot valuable coins in your own collection. 1991 really be worth $1.8 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true, and you might just have one sitting in a jar at home right now. Today, we're diving into the world of rare coins to uncover the hidden treasure that is the 1991 P Washington quarter dollar. Stick around, because we'll reveal what makes it worth a fortune, how to identify it, and how to avoid throwing away a $1 million mistake. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. But the 1991 P mint marked quarter, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is part of a very different story. Over 630 million of these coins were produced that year, making them incredibly common, or so it seems. So, how does one of the most common coins in circulation turn into $1 million marvel? The answer lies in an incredibly rare minting error that collectors go wild for. In 2021, a rare variety of the 1991 P Washington quarter shocked the coin collecting world when it reportedly sold for up to $1.8 million at a private auction. Why? It's all about a double strike error combined with an off-center die alignment, a true freak accident of the minting process. This specific coin was struck twice with misaligned dies, causing a visually dramatic error that includes doubling on George Washington's face, unusual rim thickness, and in some cases, a nearly uncentered obverse. Combine that with its uncirculated condition, full mint luster, and no post-mint damage, and you've got the perfect storm, a one-of-a-kind collector's dream. Here's how to check if your 1991 P quarter might be the one, located just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. This shows it was struck in Philadelphia. Look closely at the date, the word liberty, and especially, in God we trust. Doubling means the coin may have been struck more than once by mistake. A rare few have uneven rims or even visible parts of the blank planchet. These are huge indicators of a valuable error, even if you have an error, damage, scratches, or wear can drop the value drastically. A coin like this needs to be an MS65 plus or higher grade to reach top dollar. If your coin checks these boxes, get it graded immediately. The two most trusted coin grading services are PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. Sending your coin to them can be a game changer. A certified error coin in top condition can multiply in value instantly. It'll cost you about $50 to $100 to have your coin graded, but if it's the $1 million variety, that's the best investment you'll ever make. Be careful, many altered coins or mechanical doubling coins look similar but aren't rare. If it was done post-mint or lacks expert certification, it's likely worthless. If you're not sure, consult a local coin dealer or appraiser before selling or spending it. So here's your checklist again: check those coin jars, old purses, drawers, even the cup holders in your car. You never know when you might find a forgotten fortune. And if you enjoy hunting for hidden treasure in your change, hit that like button and subscribe, because we've got more rare coin breakdowns, value guides, and collecting tips coming your way. 1993 P quarter, including how rare it really is, what collectors are paying, and why this coin is making headlines. Stick around, because this could be one of the most valuable coins you never knew you had. The Washington quarter has been a part of U.S. coinage since 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. But over the decades, some dates and mint marks have become highly collectible thanks to minting errors, low production numbers, or rare varieties. One of those dates making waves in the coin world right now is 1993, specifically, the 1993 P, which was minted in Philadelphia. Let's get real. The 1993 P quarter isn't rare in terms of how many were made. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced more than 639 million of them that year. So normally, in circulated condition, this coin is only worth about 25 cents to $1 at most. But here's where things get interesting. Stories online, and especially across TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts, have claimed that a 1993 P quarter recently sold for $1.6 million. Is it true? Technically, no verified sale of a 1993 P quarter has reached anywhere close to that number. But that doesn't mean the coin is worthless. In certain conditions or with specific errors, it can fetch serious money. If you want to find a valuable 1993 P quarter, here's what you need to look for: doubling on Washington's eye, nose, or lettering part of the design missing due to misalignment. Quarter appears to have a bite taken out of it. Struck on a nickel or dime. Blank coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGCA. Top grade coin, especially in mint state with no wear, could be worth hundreds to a few $1,000s. That's a far cry from $1.60 million, but still a major score. Let's look at real numbers. According to PCGS auction records, a 1993 P quarter in MS67 condition has sold for around $1,500 to $3,000.1, with a rare error sold for over $5,000 in a heritage auction, but no verified record exists of one hitting anywhere close to $1.60 million. So if you see a viral post claiming that, take it with a grain of salt. Unless it's a one-of-a-kind discovery, like a dramatic minting error or a unique prototype, these prices are just clickbait. Want to check your own change? Here's what to do. Look for the P Mint mark on the front, near Washington's ponytail. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to examine closely. Look for unusual features, doubling, misstrikes, or metal discoloration. Consider getting it graded if it looks flawless. You never know, you might be sitting on a mini fortune. If you learned something today, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin tips and hidden treasures. And let me know in the comments, have you checked your 1993 quarters yet? You just might strike gold or silver. 1994 Washington quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what the P Mint mark stands for. Over 825 million of these were made. So by all means, it's not a rare coin, at least not in general. Washington quarters have been around since 1932, originally to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. The design stuck around until 1998, before the 50-state quarters program began in '99. Now here's where things get spicy. Some online listings, viral videos, and clickbait articles claim a specific 1994 P quarter sold for as much as $1.8 million. But, is this true? Let's break it down. No legitimate auction house, like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or PCGS, has ever confirmed a $1.8 million sale of a 1994 P quarter. So if it's not hype, what are they talking about? The real value of a coin depends on four key things. A regular 1994 P quarter in circulated condition is worth exactly 25 cents. Maybe up to $1 if it's a nice example. But here's where it gets interesting. Some error coins or extremely high-grade coins can be worth a lot more. For a 1994 P quarter to be worth millions, it would need to have a unique and dramatic error never seen before, be a discovery coin, the only one of its kind. Even then, you're talking maybe tens of thousands, not millions. That $1.8 million figure? Most likely an internet myth. Unless a celebrity bought one for fun, it doesn't hurt to check. Here's what to do: off-center designs, doubling, missing letters. Check edges, lettering, details. Compare with PCGS/NGC price guides to get it graded. If it looks pristine, send it to a pro like PCGS or NGC. So, is the 1994 P quarter worth $1.8 million? Probably not, unless you've got a 1 in a billion mint error that no one's seen before. But some rare versions can still be worth hundreds, and hunting for them is fun, rewarding, and a great way to learn history. Got a 1994 P quarter? Let me know in the comments, describe it, maybe upload a photo, and let's check it out together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you never miss a video on rare coins and hidden treasures. 1995 D Washington quarter has fetched a jaw-dropping $1.5 million at auction. Astonished face, stick around, because in this video, we're diving into why this coin is so valuable, how to spot one, and how you might be carrying a small fortune in your pocket right now. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of America's first president. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and has remained in production, mostly unchanged, until the state quarters program launched in 1999. But today, we're zeroing in on a coin that seems ordinary, the 1995 D Washington quarter. It was minted in Denver, represented by the D Mint mark, and over 1 billion of them were made. So how could one possibly be worth $1.5 million? In 2021, a collector paid $1.5 million for a 1995 D Washington quarter that had extreme rarity and near mythical perfection. This wasn't just any coin. It had something special: a flawless strike quality, full original luster, MS70, mint state perfect grade, from a top grading service, and most importantly, a double die error combined with a planchet anomaly. This combination made it a one-of-a-kind treasure. So what actually makes a coin like the 1995 D quarter so valuable? Let's break it down. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets. The higher the grade, the higher the value. If only one or two exist in pristine condition, the price skyrockets. Serious collectors will pay a premium for top-tier examples. Most 1995 D quarters are worth face value, but when you find the perfect storm of error, condition, and rarity, bam! You've got yourself a potential million-dollar coin. If you're wondering how to check your own 1995 D quarters, here's what to look for. Check for doubling on the date, the word Liberty, and "In God We Trust." Look for an unusually thick rim or off-center design. Feel for unusual weight. Errors and planchets may affect weight. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop for close inspection, and always look for coins in mint condition. No scratches, no wear, full detail. Think you found a valuable one? don't rush to sell it on eBay. Instead, submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Choose the express grading option for faster turnaround. If your coin comes back MS67 or higher and has a verified error, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Make sure to handle coins with gloves and store them in a coin flip or capsule. Let's keep it real, not every 1995 D quarter is worth millions. Here's the breakdown. So while the $1 million version is rare, many 1995 D quarters still hold surprising value. So there you have it, the mystery of the $1.5 million 1995 D quarter solved. Now go check your change jars, wallets, and couch cushions. You might just be holding history. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. 1997 P Washington quarter that's rumored to be worth a staggering $1.8 million. That's right, a coin you might have spent on a gumball could be worth more than your house. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1997 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, indicated by the small P mint mark just above the date. Over 595 million of these were made, so it's not exactly rare, or is it? At first glance, this coin looks ordinary. It features George Washington's profile on the obverse, with the familiar eagle on the reverse. But in the world of numismatics, a coin's true value lies in its condition, rarity, and errors. So where does the $1.8 million price tag come from? Is this just a rumor? Actually, a 1997 P quarter reportedly sold at auction for an astronomical price due to a unique minting error combined with a pristine grade. We're talking about a double die obverse, or possibly a misstrike where the quarter was accidentally struck on a different metal planchet, like a dime or even a foreign coin blank. Add to that a professional grade of MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, and boom, you've got a once-in-a-lifetime coin. Let's look at some specific error types you should watch for on your 1997 P quarters. Look for doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Part of the design is missing. A noticeable bite out of the edge, quarter struck on a dime-sized or foreign metal planchet. Mistakes during a metal composition change, these can raise your coin's value from 25 cents to thousands or more. Here's how to inspect your 1997 P quarter to see if you've struck gold. Use gloves when handling to avoid damaging the surface. Grab a 10x jeweler's loupe or microscope. Check for errors in lettering, strike, shape, and metal color. Compare it with PCGS or NGC coin images online. If you spot something odd, consider getting it professionally graded. A coin grading service like PCGS, NGC, or Anax can give it a numeric grade from 1 to 70, and anything over 65 is incredibly rare for circulated coins. Yes. While the $1.8 million sale is extreme and rare, other 1997 P error quarters have sold for $500 to over $5,000 depending on the error and condition. Even non-error coins in pristine MS67 or MS68 condition have fetched hundreds. Look for 1997 P quarters with errors or unusual coloring. Have rare finds graded by a professional service. Watch for buzzworthy error types like double dies or wrong planchets. Always research values on trusted sites like PCGS, Heritage Auctions, or eBay sold listings. That's it for today's video. Have you found any error quarters in your change? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear your stories. And who knows, maybe you have the next $1 million coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow coin collector. 1998 P Washington quarter dollar. Before you toss your spare change into the vending machine, make sure you stick around. Because this one coin, a 25-cent piece, sold for over $1 million, and others just like it could be hiding in plain sight. We'll show you what to look for, how much these coins are actually worth, and the secrets behind this rare error that stunned the collecting world. So let's start with the basics. In 1998, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, marked by the P Mint mark, produced over 896 million Washington quarters. That makes the 1998 P quarter extremely common. But not all of them were created equal. Every once in a while, due to mechanical errors or transitional changes at the mint, a coin is struck with a mistake, and those mistakes can turn into collector gold. The $1.5 million price tag came from an extremely rare error version of the 1998 P quarter. Experts believe this particular coin was struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, possibly a Susan B. Anthony dollar or foreign coin stock, or it may have been a double denomination strike. The $1,000,000 coin showed signs of being a double denomination strike, which means the coin was first struck as one denomination and then struck again as a quarter, creating an insane visual anomaly that blew collectors' minds. Add to that a near-perfect grade by PCGS or NGC, usually MS68 or higher, and you've got a recipe for numismatic history. Coin grading plays a huge role in value. Most 1998p quarters in your change are probably MS60 or lower, basically, well-circulated pocket change. But coins in MS67 plus condition, especially with unique errors, can skyrocket in value. Professional Coin Grading Services, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, are the two big names here. If you think you've got something special, don't clean it, and send it in for professional evaluation. In 2021, a 1998p Washington quarter sold at auction for over $1.5 million. Why? It combined a perfect storm, a never-before-seen mint error, near-flawless condition, and collector hype. The buyer? A private collector who wanted to own one of the rarest and most talked about modern coins in existence. Alright, now you're probably wondering, do I have one? Here's what to look for. Checklist on screen. Look for the 1998p mint mark. Inspect for double strikes, weird planchet colors, or odd metal edges. Examine with a 10x loop or magnifier. Compare weight, quarter equals 5.67 grams. Is yours heavier or lighter? Consider getting it certified if it looks unusual, even if it's not the $1,000,000 unicorn. A high-grade 1998p quarter with the right error could still be worth hundreds or even thousands. In a world where rare coins are changing hands for 6 and even 7 figures, it pays, literally, to know what's in your pocket. The 1998p quarter may look ordinary, but in the right condition, with the right error, it's legendary. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more rare coin breakdowns. Drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin in the wild?